Hey everybody, this is Chelsea Chambers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I just want to present you with a video. And this is basically a recording that I had with a potential client. And so the title of this video, as you can see, is How to Onboard a New Owner Operator. And this is, again, a recording that I had with a client. And just basically in this conversation, you'll be listening to me onboard and interview a new carrier who responded to one of my ads. And this is just to give you an idea of how these type of conversations are supposed to go. So I know a lot of people are struggling with this step on how to get their first carrier. And I can tell you that a lot of times it's confidence and just not knowing what to say. And so if you have my free guide, 5 steps to getting started, there's a lot of information in there. Also, you can grab a copy of the Superscripts ebook that I wrote when I first really put our programs out there on just how to lead those conversations. And you want to definitely watch this video, because in this video I'm actually using a questionnaire that I actually put together. And if you want a copy of it, I can definitely make sure you get a copy of that as well. And this, you'll see exactly how I use it. I think you'll be blown away by it. So make sure that you stick around. And again, if you haven't already, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. By doing that, you are able to get notifications whenever I post a new video or whenever I go live, which I will be doing my first live soon. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you're just in time. If not, I'm pretty sure the live is recorded. Go watch it. But yes, definitely want to go ahead and hop straight into this video. But I think in the video, I already did a brief introduction of the video. So this part and you'll hear the call, they're actually recorded separately. But the first thing that I want to say to you before you start watching this video is to get comfortable. As you can see, this is going to be a very long video. I actually didn't realize that it was going to be this long until I finished it. And so, yeah, make sure you get comfortable, grab a pillow, grab something to drink, grab a snack. Just come ready and make sure you have the time to sit back and watch this information. Again, there's a template to how this goes. If you want a copy of that, make sure you hit that link in the description box so that you can see how to get it. Also, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you join the Facebook group Dispatch Dashboard Network, and follow me on TikTok. If you type in Dispatch Dashboard, my name will come up. So make sure you follow me there if you aren't already following me there. But yes, I'm pretty sure at the end of this video, a lot of people might have a lot of questions as well. And there also might not be a lot of people who want me to put this information out there, but I'm going to do it anyway. And again, everybody doesn't do things the way that I do. If you are a structured individual or someone who likes to have a process or a flow on how to do things, then this video is for you. If you already taken a course and you're kind of like stuck on one step, this might be the step that you're missing out on. So I just wanted to put this information out there in hopes that it'll help somebody along the way. And so make sure you, again, like and subscribe to this video. To this channel, hit that notification bell, and please drop a comment as well. The more that you interact with my content, the more people are able to see. So make sure you do that. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the call. Okay, so hopefully this is recording. Hello, everyone. This is Chelsea Chambers, and I'm here with a video about how to find carriers. I guess we can call this How to Find Carriers Part 2. I did post a video on YouTube that will help you out with finding carriers. Showed you 5 ways that I go about finding different carriers. And this has been highly successful for me. And I know a lot of people may have been having trouble with this step. And so I just want to kind of give you a quick rundown of how this works, what happens, and actually how I do it from start to finish. And so starting here, this is actually from Indeed. This is one of my Indeed postings. And as you can see, this is actually looking for an owner operator with a 26-foot straight box or hot shot. And the ad is pretty simple. As you can see, it's just not very long. Okay. check out you can go on any job search website and find posts that are similar to the type of posts that you want to post and write yours kind of like the same way. Now, there are some of my postings that I posted, they are longer and they have more detail, but this time I decided to do a shorter ad. I felt like it's short and straight to the point. I'll just read it briefly so that everybody can see. It says Strong Power Worldwide LLC is seeking experienced owner-operator drivers who currently own or lease a truck to partner with and assist with back office management, company performance tracking, communications, and more while you focus on the road, safely hauling general freight across and throughout the country. If you're tired of your truck sitting and missing out on profits, apply now here. And I put my link in there. Always put your link in there somewhere. Strong Power Worldwide LLC will provide you with or assist you with obtaining a trailer to drive under ours or your own MC authority. Yes, we do have our own authority. If you don't have your authority, you can take that out. You don't necessarily need one, despite what anybody else tells you. Okay. It says drivers will also need to have additional or be willing to obtain permits such as TWIC card and tanker and hazmat endorsements. Eligible drivers are encouraged to use their own truck and or trailer or be able to successfully pass a credit check to be able to lease a tractor within 30 days. This is not a requirement. All right. Must be dependable and organized and possess a great deal of physical and mental stamina. Will thrive working long hours on the road, consistently ensuring safe and accurate pickups and deliveries. And I put the link here again. And so all this other stuff, Indeed kind of put everything on their own. One thing that I will say is important is these application questions. You can actually, when you get to the section of the ad where it asks about application settings and customize, you can select customize pre-screening so that you can have these questions listed. Do you currently own or lease a truck? If so, explain. And the second question is, do you currently have active MC DOT authority? If so, what is your grant date? Okay. And so with me doing that, what happens is when somebody does apply, and mind you, I just posted this job on the 27th, so it's been 4 days. We have 20 applicants so far. And I'll go to it. I actually meant to go to candidates. Let's go back. And I have some messages I see that I need to get with. All right. And so what I saw when all of my responses, the ones who actually applied, they actually have MC and DOT authority. And just going to kind of show you an example of one. This is their response. And as you can see, the question is, do you currently own or lease a truck? Yes. Do you have MC DOT authority? Yes. And he didn't answer the questions, but I did reach out to him. I definitely have to give him a call, but I'm going to also make a call tonight and, let you see how that goes. But this person also submitted a resume, which is great, right? And so all of these pretty much did the same thing. So this is actually who we're going to call today. We're going to call this person. This person, as you can see, the ad was for 26-foot or hot shot. And luckily, we have 4 power only. So this is what we wanted, right? And they're all sleepers. So this is who we're going to call today. And this is why I say, when you start with one niche, it'll be easier to take on more trucks, right? And you'll see why as you get through this, okay? And so this is the first step. And so what we're going to do next is I'm actually going to use this questionnaire that I created, and I'm going to call and I'm going to have a conversation and we're going to talk about everything. I'm going to ask some questions, and I'm going to follow this interview form. And I created this to help me, show others how to get through these calls. If you would like a copy of this form, this interview form, just let me know. If you already have the dispatch dashboard, I can just add this to your Google Drive. So let me know if you'd like a copy of this. but I'll show you a little bit about this form. So there's 5 sections of this form, and you'll get to see every section as we go. But this is basically all of the questions that you were going to ask as you speak to the person that applied. And so hopefully this person, Juliet, hopefully she answers the phone. We will see, but I'm actually going to call her right now. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually be calling from my Remarkable CRM. If you've watched the videos, you'll see that we use Remarkable CRM to kind of handle all of our front office. The dispatch dashboard is our back office, and Strong Power Worldwide CRM is our front office. And in case you guys are wondering as well, everybody should know this by now. Strong Power Worldwide is mine and my business partner, Barnett. This is our company together. So if anybody is wondering where Strong Power Worldwide comes from, that is me. All right, so I'm actually going to dial the number. And I just want to say this, this is probably the most nerve-wracking part. Before you call, it can get nervous. You can get really nervous. And I can tell you, I just want to reassure you, I've been doing this almost 3 years and I still get nervous before every call. And that feeling never goes away, but you will learn to embrace it. Okay. So let's go ahead and dial the number. And we are going to call. Hopefully you can hear the conversation. So let's go.
Michael.
Hi, Michael. My name is Chelsea Chambers, and I was calling for Juliet.
Okay. Are you trying to reach LaHorns Freight?
I am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the one who basically handles everything. Juliet, that's my wife. She's at work. Unfortunately, she's a nurse. She's a traveling nurse.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, tell her I appreciate her dedication and for sticking with it. And wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I know it's hard out here for the nurses. I feel my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, she's out fighting that COVID. So I normally take care of the things until she get off work, and then I just give her a rundown of what transpired.
Okay, well, perfect. That's fine. We could speak. What did you say your name was?
My name is Michael. I'm her husband.
Michael. Okay, great. Well, Michael, she actually had responded to one of our ads on Indeed, and she mentioned that she has 4 power-only tractors, all with sleepers.
Yeah, that would be me doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I was just calling to follow up on that. Just trying to get an idea of what exactly you were looking for, see what you need, and see if possibly we can help you get all your trucks moving, help them make a lot more money, and see how we can make things work. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We've been in business for almost 2 years now. I'm a retired fireman / police officer, and she's, like I said, she's a traveling nurse. And when at the beginning of the pandemic, she got out and she had this bright notion to start a trucking company. So I told her I do all I can to try to assist her with whatever it is that she's got going to be able to do it, because I do have experience. I have over 30 years of driving experience. So
wow, lucky her.
Yeah. I just had some surgeries and stuff, and was not able to continue to go on with work. So disabled, but I just do that, but I take care of as much as I can from the bedside or in the office. So
yeah,
it's They say teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. You know it. That's good. That's a power couple. That's what I call it. Like, you got to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do apologize. I kind of got a sinus infection and been dealing with that. So if you can't understand something I say, ask me to repeat. I won't get offended. I promise you that. But I'm dealing with it. I'm feeling better than I was the other couple of days, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're starting to feel better.
Yes, ma'am. And who you say you're with now?
I'm with Strong Power Worldwide.
Strong Power. Okay, out of Fort Worth. Is that correct?
So we have agents everywhere, but we're based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Like I myself, I'm in Fredericksburg. We do have one of our partners down in Dallas. And so, yeah, we're kind of like, we work with people all over the place. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we were kind of trying to find some, well, there's no counter in it. We were trying to find some dedicated lanes for the drivers so that we could kind of somewhat create a life work balance. And so far to say, they don't, they leave right now. We have them leaving on Mondays and they come back in the evenings or early Saturday morning. It just depends on how, we can't control what happens out there, but we try to have them home every weekend, or at least every other weekend.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. How far out are they going?
Well, we've been a little bit everywhere. Iowa, New Hampshire, we've been all of that, but we're trying to stay out of that cold up there because my brother almost got stuck in Virginia up around Boston here last week. He almost got trapped in that ordeal up there. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of other guys that we do know is in our hotels up in New York now.
Oh, no.
Not able to get out of the city. Yeah, the roads were pretty horrible up there. My wife, she's in Boston at the moment. She said they got about 5 feet of snow. So, 5 feet of snow, 4 or 5 feet of snow, something like that.
That's shocking. I'm only 5 feet tall myself. I wouldn't be able to survive in all of that.
She took a picture and let me. You saw it as it was transpiring. It was really bad up there. I don't know how it is now, but it was really bad up there a day or so ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're definitely going to stay away from that area. A lot of people are saying that too. They don't really want to go up, too far up that way, especially if the money ain't worth it. Like you got to be at least be able to pay just in case you get stuck up there for a couple days. We need that difference.
Yeah, we're just in the process. We just want to try to make. We got to make it work. Failure is not an option for us. And we're just trying to grow. We would really like to expand since we're a second chance company, we get people and try to meet them where they are and where they plan to be, not where they've been, with a few exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you said that because that kind of like leads me into what I wanted to ask you next. Just a few questions just to kind of get an idea of exactly what your goals are for each truck. So as of right now, for one truck, probably the one that brings in the most, how much are you bringing in per week for one truck?
Probably anywhere from 7 to 10.
Okay. All right. And
we go out far to get it though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And realistically, like how much do you want to be able to bring in per, for one truck per week?
As much as possible. 10,000, because consistency is the key.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason I said it'd be nice if we had a lane. If we could bring in around 10 per truck consistently, and then being able to give the drivers a decent salary and be able to put some money back to the side because you will have problems with those trucks because they're mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a realistic goal. We would like to make as much as we could, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But we think 10 is probably a consistent number, I believe.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So my next question is like, as far as like everything that you have done so far, like, do you think there's anything that in particular that might be either stopping you from making $10K a month?
Well, actually, people trying to take advantage of it because of our youth in the business. That's been the greatest challenge, and also, I guess trying to keep drivers out and get them off the government money so they'll come back out and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's been those two have been the greatest challenges. We departed with our dispatcher because um, they wasn't she wasn't doing right, and it was causing a lot more than everybody was making money, but the company. At the end of the day, by the time we got through paying the driver, paying her, paying the factory company, and buying the diesel, we had nothing left.
Mm, absolutely. I understand that 100% because we have trucks on the road too. And that that break even part right there is it's a little tricky sometimes. Yeah, I get it.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my next question is like if you aren't able to make that much now per week, like the consistent 10K a week, like what do you think will happen? Will your drivers leave or like what could happen?
I don't anticipate them leaving. I think they'll work with me until we can work through it. I do. The few that I do have, I think they will. I think they'll hold tight until things get better.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's good. Because that's usually the key. What one particular story that happened is once we had a driver, a carrier come with almost same situation. He had two trucks and they were ready to just kind of excuse me, get more consistency, but at that point the drivers were kind of already a little bit too frustrated. So by the time we got to the point of consistency, the drivers actually decided to quit. So you know what I mean? So as long as your drivers
Yeah.
are hanging in there, that is a really good sign. And that shows that you already take really good care of them. So that's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. When you become a part of this company, you become a part of the family. So that's how we try to treat them. Those who would allow us to do so.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So what in particular, like as far as your plan, your goals of wanting to make it, with the consistency and I would say 10K is a good number, but I would reach for a little bit closer to 13. But how would you yourself, like, do you feel like you have a plan or any way that you would move forward to try and reach this goal?
No, we're winging it. We're doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's my wife idea to start the company. She's kind of birthed it, and I seem to be the one who's trying to breastfeed it. I thought 13,000 would be feasible. I looked at that, but most of the people I spoke to thought that was a little high. So that's when I came back down because that's the reason I said between 10, and I would like to make as much as we possibly could to be able
Mm-hmm.
to show that the company can grow. Because in 1 year, we went from one box truck, we got rid of the box truck and bought 4 18-wheelers. So in 1 year, we've already grew by leaps and bounds.
Mm,
Um,
wow. That's amazing. From one box truck to four. That's awesome. Can you hear me? Michael, did I lose you? All right, we're going to call back again. Mm, that's not the number. Michael?
okay, now I can hear you. And
Okay.
your other line is on hold.
Oh, wow. I was like, I wonder what happened.
Okay. But
All right.
no, and to be quite honest with you, like I said, it's been a learning it's been a learning curve, been a learning process. We've had people that, like I say, try to take advantage of us because what we didn't know, our lack of knowledge getting into it, but we are learning more. We understand now more than ever that the route that we was taking, that we wasn't going to be able to continue down that road. So we're definitely trying to do better. And if there's any way that you guys can help us reach that goal, we really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Most certainly love to help. Especially because you have been in business as long as you have been. You have your 4 trucks, and also it helps us, especially when you have experience in it already, that it kind of eases the process because you kind of know what to expect already. So I think that we can definitely help you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so just a few more questions. So I like to gather all this information, right away, just because generally when we bring on a new carrier, we start to look for freight right away and start to reach out to our network. We have about 80,000 brokers in our network that we
Mhm.
communicate with, and once we send them the trucks and their locations, they send us back everything that's going in those directions. And especially if it's a dedicated lane, they love it when you have more than 1 truck. So I'm pretty sure we can find you something consistent, like
Okay.
real soon.
Yeah, the only thing right now is the driving the truck driving schools are handicapping the drivers. We have 1 truck that is a manual, um, and everybody come out of school can only drive an automatic. So we're struggling to fill on, but we can do that because we can shift one of the drivers that we know that who can do that, and
Mm.
he'll settle for that truck. So we keep him rolling. Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so since you've been in business, are there, like, you probably worked with most of the brokers, but are there any of your favorite brokers or any brokers that you go to regularly to find freight?
You know, no, in all actuality, we have not. We had a young lady, um, and her son who was, well, a young lady who was doing she was an office manager, so she's the one who had built the relationships and doing all those things with the brokers. But again, we discovered that they were kind of taken from us and not being fair with it. And I don't really like to talk about or badmouth anybody, but we just say that we wasn't getting a fair shake on it.
Hmm, got you.
Yeah, and I've been doing it basically myself for the last week or two, and I've done better than when we had them doing it. So, people will use you if they can.
Hmm. That's so true. That's so true. And that is exactly why we do what we do, how we do it. With us, um, we provide you with full transparency. So we don't accept any cheap freight. That's number one. But we don't accept anything without speaking to you first. Everything that we sign on your behalf, you get a copy of it. We send you copies of everything that the broker sent us. We actually create a file for you so that whenever you need to access your information, you can actually go into there, and you can keep it for your records too, because we know, like, when it comes to, like, the handling all the business stuff, you kind of have to have that organized. So that part will already be organized for you, and you can access it at any time. It's like a whole little dashboard that you'll be able to see. We actually track and set goals for you and measure according to each truck, so that at the end of each week, when we have like a performance review, we send you out like a brief summary of what everything that you did this week, including rate per mile, how much was spent on fuel, how many total miles, and all that good stuff. So we give you a full breakdown of everything.
So, question: what do you consider cheap freight?
Um, so for power only, anything, I would say anything less than $3, between 2.75 and $3. If we
Okay.
can get you a trailer, sometimes, if, like, let's just say we do have lane offers that come through to us, sometimes you need to have a dry van, and sometimes they'll either provide you with one or let you find one on your own. And if they provide you with one, then they might charge like a small fee for the trailer. And most of the time, the way that it goes is it might be, if you already have the trailer, you go take it and drop it off the night before, and they'll load it in the morning. If you dropped off a trailer, then you just go pick it up. But if you are just with a tractor, then you would go pick up the empty trailer and run it, and then get it emptied and bring it back. So we do a lot of those, where you just pick up the trailer already loaded, go get it unloaded, and once it's unloaded, then you can actually use it to get a load coming back, drop it, and then drop the load back off. So that's how like a lot of them work. So we can get you on something like that. Also, if your drivers have any additional endorsements like hazmat, tanker, doubles.
Yeah, I have one who have all of the above.
Okay, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me just take those.
And looking into another young guy that's coming out that I'll help him to get the remainder of those.
Okay. All right. And then as far as the type of freight that your drivers handle regularly, what are they pulling now? Like, are they going to pick up containers? Like, what type of stuff are they pulling right now?
Right now, they're just doing general freight. We have just hauled empty containers to and from. Just whatever the broker that I just joined up with, Great American Dispatch. And one of my drivers is so frustrated with them, so he's about to cost me one of them if I don't do something, make some changes, because again, he's been up ever since 5 a.m. this morning. We couldn't get the load off that we've had to sit on all weekend, and we still haven't picked up a load to even take off to get his week started.
Oh no!
And now he'd say he won't be able to pick up the load until 11 o'clock tonight, and now it's a hustle. They just gave him a location where he needs to go pick up the trailer, and if he don't get over there and it takes an hour and a half to get there, he's in one part of Texas and got to try to shag hind part over there to the next part, and hope that he'll be there before 7 to do that. And that's just stressful on the driver, and it's stressful on me as a business owner.
Yeah, I bet. Like, yeah, wow. That has to be frustrating.
Yeah, it is. That definitely is.
So what will the outcome be?
Well, if we get there tonight and do that now, he's got to wait instead of picking a load up tonight. He's got to wait till morning, and that's 2 days into his work week, and he hasn't made any money, and neither have the company, and we're constantly losing. I had to explain to him earlier when he was expressing his frustration is that when you don't make money, we're not making money, we're actually losing. At least you staying stagnant because you're in the truck, you're running the truck to stay warm or cool. Anytime you're moving, it's costing us money.
Mm-hmm.
So at least by you laying there, you're not losing anything. It's not wearing and tearing or anything. You got a bed, a TV, and a microwave. So I make all of my trucks comfortable so that if they do have a downtime, they at least can be comfortable in the process of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but we definitely don't need too much downtown, so we got to make up for that this week.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Do any of them run as teams?
I do not have any team drivers at the moment. That's something that if the gentleman that I'm speaking in terms of that have all those endorsements, he have a friend that would love to come over and they would run as a team. But this dispatch haven't been lucrative enough, and I'm sure he's sharing all the negative stuff with the other guy as well. So that, because he's kind of like the guinea pig that came over to the company.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but that's not out of the question. No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then as far as like places your drivers go, are there any states or regions that your drivers prefer to go and any that they prefer to avoid?
Well, they prefer to avoid those ice storms at this time of the year, of course. Um, Unfortunately, you can't sign because Texas is going to have some ice here in the next day or so. You can't get around it completely. But like I said, up in Boston and New Jersey and up around that area, New Hampshire and all of that up there, it's pretty tough up there. You don't want them up there where it's too brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Being trapped, like I said, because it's a real. If you're just sitting there trying to stay warm, you risk the chance of the fuel freezing if you don't have those additives in it. Um, you then you got to worry about paying them because they're away from home and they're on your time as well. Although you're not making any money, and then and possibly having to vacate the truck and go into a hotel to be able to stay warm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
There's all kind of risk up there, so we don't mind running anywhere just as long as the roads are feasible to run in, and that's where we try to get this other dispatch to understand. It's not about the cold weather; it's about the road conditions.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about California?
We don't have any problem. All of my trucks are deaf. I know a lot of guys delete the deaf. I don't have one that's deleted. None. I don't have any trucks that the death is deleted on. All of them are in good shape and be able to do that.
Okay.
You know what? I wouldn't want to take I wouldn't, is one of them I probably wouldn't want to take out there, but there's three that's ready for it.
Okay.
The one that 2014 is that, we haven't had it too long, but when we did get it, what we did was had Freightliner themselves go all the way through it, to take a look at it, make sure everything is good. But I just don't, because it haven't been on the road that long, I don't have a lot of confidence in it. So, but it's a good truck. It doesn't have any leaks. It runs perfect and all of that. But it's just, you know how it is. You have to build trust with your truck once you get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. Understood. Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions that I have, but let me just kind of tell you just a little bit about what we do, how we can help, and you let me know if this sounds like something that might help you. So as I explained, we're a carrier services company. Like I said, we have our own MC as well, but we also help owner operators with their own authority, and we provide you with 24/7 back office support. So that means as long as your trucks are moving and they're loaded, then they have unlimited access to us at all times. And we'll communicate with your drivers for you and everything so that you can kind of spend more time with your family, especially spending more time getting better and not being as hands-on as before. But this support goes to owner operators. So if you know anybody else, let them know about us, fleet, small trucking companies, and any type of general transportation company. Does this sound like something that you might need right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so we also know that like when it comes to this trucking industry, working as like a one or even a two-person team, when you still have like a lot of other things going on, but also being up against these predatory brokerage practices, because that's what they are. I call it financial abuse because some of these rates are just disrespectful, and I'm just like, who's going to take it? But we go to bat for you, and we know that trying to do all that is very challenging. So one thing about us is that we understand the industry, we understand how to help and how important it is to have somebody that can support you, so that you don't have to be as hands-on. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. And I like to tell people, like, we aren't a brokerage at all. We don't broker freight. I feel like brokerage is always truckers against the brokers. So the truckers barely ever have somebody on their side going to bat for them. And because we have such an expanded network of brokers and brokerages, they want trustworthy and vetted drivers like yourself, especially with you having 4 trucks. Those are the drivers that they're willing to pay top dollar for. And what we do is we negotiate the best prices on the empty space and empty miles on your truck. We don't typically use a lot of the popular load boards like DAT, Truck Stop, things like that. We deal directly with the brokers. We don't work with direct shippers, but if one reaches out to us, then we connect them with you. And, however you want us to handle that is how we will go ahead and handle it. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Now we're getting to the magic number now. And what is all of that going to cost me?
So it's just because you have the 4 trucks, it's just 8% of the load. And what we do is we handle all the communications with the brokers, all the load finding, negotiations, booking, check calls, invoicing, insurance verification, broker credit checks. We do pretty much everything. So what we want to do is we want you to be able to make the most out of your non-working hours so that, like I said, you have time to rest more, be home, spend more quality time, so that we can kind of handle all that other stuff for you. And especially with 4 trucks, I'm pretty sure that'll lift a lot of weight off your shoulders.
Yes, it certainly would.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as meeting the goal of, you said 10,000, I'm gonna say 10 to 13,000 because that's what we're going to push for. Like I said, our rate is 8% per load, and we typically, invoice every Thursday-ish, Friday. But if there's a better schedule that you would like to work on, like I said, we kind of work off of whatever works for you. Just kind of making sure that you have everything that you need. You have full transparency. You're meeting your goals. We're having weekly and monthly performance reviews so that, all of the opportunities to grow, you are able to take advantage of.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So based on everything that I just explained to you, I know you have to kind of talk to your wife, but other than her, is there anything or anyone else that might be standing in the way or that you might have to wait to make a decision?
Basically, just her. I mean, she would have to be the one to do that.
All right. Okay.
She would. I would tell her everything that you just told me. 8% of $10,000 is what, $800. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 800. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we could. Those are numbers that we could definitely live with. What about, because we have a factory in the company, is that something that's included with this?
So if you already have factoring, then that's all you need. The way that it works is, we'll send all your information to the brokers. So that includes your factoring, your MC, your W-9, your insurance, all those documents. And we typically fill out at least, but when first 24 hours, we have at least maybe 30 to 50 broker connections established. So you'll probably receive a lot of confirmation emails saying that your registration has been complete. So we get you set up with all those brokers, and we send over the factoring notice as well. So they already have on file exactly how you get paid. And we do that because, and I know you know this, when you're searching the load board and you see something and you call a broker that you're not already set up with, then you got to go through the process of going back and forth, getting set up. Then by the time it's time to get the rate confirmation, a whole hour has passed, maybe 2, or sometimes the brokers give the load to somebody else. Well, by you already being set up with them, it's a quick, smooth transaction. They see that we're set up and they send us the rate con just like that. So it's a lot quicker.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. What is a good number to is the number you called a good number to get back in contact with you, maybe hook my wife up and let you guys kind of speak. Because I'm pretty much sold on it because the guy, how confident that you can keep my trucks moving. That's another thing. And keep us out of harm's way there for us. Like right now, they're saying all the freight, the gentleman is telling me that all the freight that's paying any money for power only is up north, is in that snow and that blizzard. I said, well, that's not worth me risking my driver's life. So, how confident that are you that you could keep these guys moving?
Oh, I'm very confident.
Around $3 and keep the freight around 3 and above.
Yeah, I'm very confident that we can do that. I'm very confident, simply because the way that we work. So, as far as the dedicated lanes, it might take us maybe a close to 2 weeks to actually get you on a dedicated lane, because the way that it works is the brokers that are in our network, once we send out to let them know, where the trucks that we're working with, where they are, they'll send us back everything that they're working on. And sometimes these are like, some of them might be happening right now. Some of them might be happening like a month from now. Most of them, they are negotiating on these with the shippers before they even put them out there. And, a lot of dedicated stuff you won't find on a load board anyway. So what they do is they reach out to us, the dispatchers, my team, to find out how many trucks can handle, these projects. And they base that off of like how much they can actually cover. And once they send us those breakdowns, and most of the time it's a spreadsheet that has like at least 1,000 lanes on them that we can choose from. What we do is we match you to those lanes. And let's just say if it's a one-way trip, let's just say, for example, it's from Texas to like Indiana. And we might be able to find something going there 3 times a week. What we'll do is we'll fill in the gaps. We'll, find back hauls to come back. At the same time, we'll be working on finding more consistency out of Indiana, coming back to Texas, so you can have a dedicated lane going and a dedicated lane coming back.
I love everything you're saying, everything you're talking about. We're going to have to sign a contract.
So yes, there is a contract, and on this contract, you can actually submit your documents there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you, let me send you the carrier agreement to your email. I think I have it here.
Mm-hmm. How long would that contract be for?
It's no set term. Whenever you want to separate, you can just let us know. So
you're gonna make sure that we're not gonna do that, right?
Say that again.
So you're gonna make sure that we don't do that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't think you will want to, but okay. In any case, if you get to that point, just let us know, definitely. And if there's anything, we try to kind of keep within your preferences, especially with however we need to keep your drivers happy, you and your drivers. And so if there's anything that we're not doing, like, we are always open to feedback as well. So if you ever feel like, we aren't performing the way you expected, let us know. Because one thing about us, like, we aren't perfect, even though we've been in business for quite a minute. When we first started with our own trucks, it was a little bit hard running at first, but if you ever feel, which I doubt if you get to that point, if you ever feel like, hey, this isn't working, let us know, because we'll make it work.
Like the gentleman, I would really like to. You know what? Because I don't like hopping around, and I really want to. I'm really impressed. I really wanted to get with that lane deal. Right now, we don't pay that much. I guess we do. Well, when you break it down, yeah, because right now we pay $250 per truck. I don't mind, regardless of what the revenue. We pay about $250 per truck, but they haven't produced the revenue that you're saying that you can produce for our truck side.
Oh yeah, and that makes it harder if you aren't producing. Like, how can you, And that's one thing about us too, is we also work with like smaller trucks, like box trucks and sprinter vans at times. Um, and
Man, I tell you what, I wish I had that before I sold my truck.
I wish I'd have known too, because we
That's
would
the
have
reason we
bought it.
sold the box truck. Yeah, because the box truck was one of the things that we just couldn't make. We couldn't keep any lucrative freight to do anything with, and it was a good truck. It didn't have 100,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah, you know. Um, and what you say your name was again, ma'am?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm excited, but what I would like to do, what would be the possibility of bringing one of the trucks over and let it run with you guys for a week, just to kind of see where we are and what we could do together.
I actually like the sound of that.
that.
Yeah, I actually like the sound of that. We could start with one truck, and kind of ease our way into others, because I have other dispatchers that I work with as well, because we're a whole team, and get one running, and I'll have another dispatcher running another truck, and that way you have 4 dispatchers, and all your trucks are running at the same time. But we're all working as a team. We're working together.
Okay. I know Elijah will be happy to hear that. Yeah.
One of your drivers?
He'll be extremely happy because he's trying to get away. This guy Alex, with no disrespect, his English is not the best. He's got his own little he's got his own little personality. He means nothing. He means nothing by it, but it frustrates Elijah because, again, Elijah has a family to take care of, and it's not a laughing matter when he's sat around all weekend on a load, and then here it is today, and his weekend started. So, what about peak season, ma'am? If I could ask about that, Miss Chelsea.
Peak season?
Yeah. What? Because see, we haven't. Everybody keep telling us about peak season, but peak season has been just any other season. Ours has been just steady. It's not been good for us. If we can get with you and stay with you, you can make sure we're taken care of during the peak season.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to peak season, like, I think it really depends on, it's commodity based to me, as the way I look at the market.
Right.
Because certain commodities are going to certain states more than they're going to others. So it's really in trying to find where it's going, what we're looking for, what we want to haul, and where we want to take it. I have another driver who, at first, when I started working with him, he wanted to go from like, I think it was like Louisiana to like Tennessee, I think it was. And even some of the ones who want to go from like New Jersey to like New Mexico, right? Sometimes there's just nothing going that way. So we have to kind of find you lanes to get there. So for example, for a reefer, it might not be a lot coming from Texas going to Tennessee. But if there's a lot for a reefer going from Tennessee to Oklahoma, and a lot going from Oklahoma to Tennessee, then you'll make more money going from Texas to Oklahoma to Tennessee than versus going straight to Tennessee, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I love everything I'm hearing. I'm going to so that y'all basically do all the paperwork for us and keep all the back loads, you do the factoring and stuff, and then send us the invoice for the drivers as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. You do everything that you need. So I'm actually.
Okay, so you guys keep up with the drivers' miles and all of that stuff?
Yep. And we actually have a form that your drivers can actually save, so that whenever they stop for fuel, they can actually go on to this form and send us their receipt. And we can, save the receipts in a folder for you. so that when you need them to file, you have all the numbers are broken down for you, all the receipts are in the file for you, and it's ready, prepared for you to go.
I like that. Miss
Mhm.
Chelsea, I definitely do. I'm gonna discuss it with her. She should be off here shortly. Should be already off, but those nurses, they get together and they chew the facts. As soon as you hang up, she'll be calling me back, and she'll be calling me. I'm pretty sure.
And she probably will, because I just sent over. You should receive probably an email and a text message with a link to the carrier agreement. So just fill that out, and on that same form, you can like upload like the MC, the insurance, W-9, and your factoring form there. And once you fill that out, complete that, I'll actually be on the computer for the rest of the evening. So if you talk to her and, she wants to go, with us, fill that out. We can go ahead and get started on getting, the brokers notified, because that way, first thing in the morning when they wake up, they'll see it. We can see where we can send you drivers tomorrow and work out everything for the rest of the week.
Right. Well, I know that one of my drivers, he'll already be gone.
Oh, okay.
His is already gone, and Elijah is like I say, he's picking the load up tonight or whatever. But I know next week we're probably going to be a fresher week for us. Because when he comes in, I'll tell him to make sure that they don't have a trailer, they're not hooked to anything, and that way we can get a fresh start with you guys. I'm pretty sure that you're going to impress her the way you have me, and we'll all be on the same page. I like it like that. I think teamwork makes the dream work. Everybody's touching and agreeing on everything. I think this might be the break that we have been looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, especially that I like that deal that you're saying that we don't. You consider you can exceed my expectation of what we could what each truck could profit per week. Driver, yeah, I'm really curious about that. So that's the reason I definitely want to put that truck over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly and see how well we can establish a lane with you guys. And 8% is, I don't feel like it's a ridiculous amount or anything like that to be asking for to do that with, especially with everything that you said that you're going to do.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
All right, great. Well, we'll see when how it's looking for next week. And if you could check your email for me and see if you received that carrier agreement.
Hold on 1 second. I could do that right now. Let's do something from FedEx.
Let me see which email.
Make sure it didn't go to spam.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that too, because sometimes my emails end up right in that old spam folder.
And this is the welcome partner.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to forward that. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that that's going to do. All right. And maybe that'll go to the front page over there. Okay. Sounds good. But she should be off shortly. She's better at doing that because we've upgraded the insurance from that's another thing. You said something about maybe hauling reefers. How much trailer interchange will we need for that?
Good reefers are about 50, sometimes 75, but I would say at least 50 for trailer interchange, 40 to 50.
Okay, well, I think what we were about to upgrade to is about 65, 70.
Oh, good.
So we should be, yeah, we should be right in the range. Okay. Oh, all right, Chelsea. We will do that, and she'll probably be responding to you. I'm not going to do it. She's going to do it. She should be on her way home now, so that she can do it. Make sure that she get it right.
Okay.
And that way we won't have to be going back and forth. And we'll shoot you. Now that we have your email address, we'll email you back and forth, and I'll call the driver and let him know that, hey, I think we finally got ourselves a winner.
Okay.
And let him know to go ahead and finish out this regular week and get his mind right for next week.
Okay, cool. Sounds good to me. Well, it was definitely a pleasure talking to you.
And you as well.
Absolutely. And I hope you feel better soon. But in the meantime, yeah, check out that agreement and just reply back to that email if you have any questions.
I sure will. Thanks.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
You do the same, ma'am. Bye.
All right. So we have just finished the call with Juliet's husband, who is, co-partner of her business that she just started. And so as you can see, the response to the new carrier interview, the results are in and everything is recorded. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this response. Print. And this is, what's the name of this company again? I'm just looking because I don't want to have to close this screen. So this is view contact, Lahorn's Freight, LAH on interview. So I'm going to take that, right? And I'm going to stick that in my handy dandy Google Drive. Let me get into the right Google Drive. Let me get into the right Google Drive. Oh, it's in this profile here. All right, so we are here. Carrier files. I'm just going to create a new folder called interviews. And don't ask me why I don't already have this folder. I mean, I was saving them a different way, but this is just to give you an idea of what to do with this interview information that you just received. I'm going to open that, upload that, and boom. And so if you want to take another look at the form that I sent them, which is the carrier agreement, I'll show you that as well. But this is the answers from the interview. And as you can see, I got just about every question answered. Some I left out, obvious reasons you probably can tell. But this, as you can see, this was a great way to guide me through the conversation, to make sure that I ask all the questions that I need to ask, and to make sure that I was able to lead the conversation. Because as you know, when some truckers have been in the business for a long time, you can easily feel like you're being backed into a corner. So that's what we don't want. And so, yeah, that is it. You can actually connect this form to any of your dashboard if you already have one, but I'm actually not going to do that because I like to have mine separate. But let me go back to this form so that you can see how it starts, because it starts off with use this form to collect information during your interview. This form is for internal use only. Do not send this form to your carrier to complete. This form may take approximately 30 to 45 minutes to complete. This is what you will use through your conversations. If you want to be able to access this on your phone, then send it to yourself so that you can answer these questions while you're on your phone. You can do this from anywhere, but this is a really good tool to have. So if you want a copy of this, let me know. I'll make sure I get this over to you. But this is it. This is it, guys. This is how I go about getting new carriers. As you can see, this particular person has 4 trucks. We're going to start with just the 1 truck and see what we can get him, starting out, and hopefully we can build onto the other trucks. So that's it for this this video. Again, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or you need some support. I'm always here to help. But thank you so much for watching. This is Chelsea Chambers with Dispatch Dashboard, and I'll see you in the next video.